Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I am just sitting here crafting along. I don't usually have energy to craft at night, but I did, so I came back downstairs and was doing some stuff, listening to Rachel while I do stuff. And of course, she comes up with stuff, and then it spurs ideas in me. And so, let's see. This is a piece of Tim Holtz, just leftover scrap. And then, so I cut it off the end and then folded that up to make a pocket. And then I trimmed off this edge just to give it a little bit of interest. So I trimmed off to the top of the floor. And now I want to be able to use the whole pocket, but I don't really feel like doing a gusset. So I had an idea. And I didn't want to put a piece of paper on the front. So I'm going to glue a piece of paper in here. So I'm just going to glue this piece of paper right here. Make sure I cover all the glue, or I'm going to end up with sticky mess underneath, huh? And then I'm going to go ahead and probably don't even have to do this part. Just do the angles here. Probably not. And I didn't even do a perfect piece of paper. It's just a piece of scrap. So I'm going to fold this up. Make sure all the stickies off of there. Fold that up. And then glue. That's not a glue page. That could be a backing to something. I had a glue page here earlier, but then I used it as a scrap. So then just glue that and fold it over. And glue the other side and fold it over to the back, because it's going to go on a page anyway. So it won't show, and even if it did show, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But so you can kind of see the weird top there. Probably could have done that a little bit tighter, but that's all right. And then just ink that up, and you hardly even know it's there. And so now I have a pocket that goes all the way to the edge, kind of like a gusset. Whoops, except for I didn't have to cut 2 strips of paper and be all fiddly and whatnot with it. So that, and then this is, Rachel had the idea of putting the flowers, and so I'm going to do that on here. I'm going to have it stick off the side too, because this is a narrow pocket, so I think I can get away with that. I think I can get away with a lot of stuff, truth be told. But, so I'm just going to glue from here down. And I don't know if he's just coming. Oh, he's just going to the fridge. Okay. I didn't know if he was going to need me or not. Or the bathroom, probably. Like, he's real thrilled I told you that, I'm sure. I'm going way to the edge on this one, because this will be on a page unless I have a... This is on cardstock too, which helps. And then I was thinking of... Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm just going to come to the back here and just grab a little scrap of paper and then attach it. Or I could use tape. Tape would make sense. Tape might make more sense. But if you're like me and you're just... have more scraps than you do tape, and you got your glue sitting right there, just glue that there, and then that's going to hold this down. Whoops, if you don't take the glue off. All right, let me cut that little edge off. Might end up putting tape on there anyway, but anyway. So that's going to hold that down some too. So now I have my pocket, and I want to do some more similar to this, because I have ideas. Y'all know that I tend to have so many ideas. All right, let's see. This one might be interesting because it does have a pattern. I don't think I need my pocket any deeper than this, and even then, it's a little deep, but that's okay. And then, since this is cardstock, I'm just trying this. We'll see. Also, I think I have glue on my... Okay. So if you have a pattern on cardstock, I'm thinking we can do this. We'll see. I'm going to be your tester outer. And just, you know. Now, this might not be one that you want to have the back be a pocket to, because it'll get caught up on stuff. But it'll look cool on the page. You get the idea here. Do you want to keep watching me? Let's see. I don't have any stories. Gail was telling childhood stories. Sorry, I don't remember much of my I mean, I remember the general. We lived on a dead end. Gail was telling stories of her childhood. I should finish my thought is what I should do. But that's because someone asked. And I was going to say, I don't have a lot of stories because I don't remember a lot of my childhood, just the generalities of it. As far as, you know, playing the hide and seek. And we lived on a dead end, you know, so playing hide and seek until it was dark and whatnot. And playing down in the creek. I think I've told you guys this before. Although if you're new or you haven't, you know, maybe you don't remember. But we lived on a dead end, and so there was a creek. There was woods. So our dead end was woods. So it was a fun place to grow up. And until they built the retirement home behind us, that was all woods too. Then they put a fence up and built a retirement home. Oh well. Of course, something less detailed than this, you'd be able to use as a pocket behind. But this, not so much. There. And I'm going to come back and do this in a minute, I guess. Oh, one person hogs the bathroom and everybody else has to come use this one. We have 2 bathrooms. And apparently everyone's on the same schedule. Yes, this is kind of weak. So if I cut this piece off, I might be able to make that back piece a pocket, but it'll still get stuck. I'll cut those out later. So like, okay, so putting it on a journal page. Say this is a taller than it really is journal page. You just glue the whole thing down and you'd have your pocket. Or if I cut that piece, I think I might do that because I think even though it's got pointy bits, I might be able to get away with that being a pocket on its own. So then just glue here, here, and here, or here, here, and just at the top somewhere. And that could be a side pocket. That would be good. So if you glued on the back here, here, and here, it could be a side pocket here, and then these won't get messed up. So that's a thought. And then, of course, you know, I like this. Do I want to bring that back down? I might. I don't need a pocket quite that deep. So there, since we have 2-sided paper, and then this will be the pocket. And this part I'm not as married to. Is there any paper that I like that goes sort of with this? I'll probably just use book page. That's kind of a little too on the money. Or just off it, just enough. Anyway, so I think I'm going to do what I did before and just use a piece of scrap. Just needs to be wide enough and potentially thick enough. And you know, you can use your nice scraps or you can use your glue page scraps. Either way is good. There we go. And just do like we did before. Okay, I only need the glue to go to where these creases are. Because then the glue is going to go the other side. That's the thing. That's why I was gluing on the other thing before, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, and then glue this side. Just make sure you get it nice and, oh, I did get a little glue on this side, so Maybe be a little more careful than I was. You know. Now we have our gusset pocket, but we didn't have to cut our 2 little pieces and figure out which one went which way. We just glued it to the back side of the front pocket and then to the back. And oh, before I glue this down, I have an idea. What's my idea? I don't know. Let me find a piece of cardstock that will work. I'm gonna do little banners, I think. All right, so I found this little scrap, which I think could work. And I'm gonna do them 2 sizes, and I'm really not worried about much. And I'm gonna make a wonky banner, because if I make it wonky, then I don't have to worry about perfection. That's just go for wonky, and you don't have to worry about making it perfect. That's how I see it. And then I do want to ink it. Like I just had my ink, so that it will stand out against the lighter background. I keep forgetting about banners, and then I'll see somebody do something with a banner, and I'm like, oh, why don't I do that more? You know what I mean? Of course, if we do them this way, then that hides some of the issues. Oh, I guess I don't want it to be longer than the actual page, do I? No, I want to cut this. This needs to be the wonky short side. Just saying. There we go. And I was thinking of doing a little bit of ink stamping on it, but I don't think I need to. Then I'll just fold this down and get little banners sticking out of there. Well, they would stick better if I glued the underside as well as the top side. Don't worry about me. There we go. And I'm leaving them off for dimension, and then if I wanted to put something under there, I could. Maybe I'll come up with something later that I really want to do. So there is another idea of a pocket, which I think what made me think of this pocket was the one that that Rachel was doing, where she was putting flowers on the front sticking up. And oh nice. And that made me think of cutting the backs. And there's other ways we can do it as well, I think. But cardstock or backing your piece is the important part. So, and I've got all, we tend to have these cutoffs. So I thought, yeah, let's use these cutoffs for our, just skinny pockets. Skinny pockets for those skinny tags that you just made with Roxy's weekly challenge for week. Is it week 5? Did the skinny ones? All right. I'm thinking I could draw it, or I could find a stencil, because not everybody knows, not everybody draws. Let's put it that way. So if I find a stencil or a mask or something that has something that could be, here we go. Let's see, it might be too wide, but here, we could do it half of a flower. So then you could take your pencil, or you could do it on the back, and then you don't have to worry about, what you're writing with. So let's try it. It may or may not. I just want to make sure that the widest part of the flower is at the pocket part, or close to the widest part. I think about there should be good. And have it go all the way to the other side. And a pen would be nice. And I'm just going to take the outside lines. I'm not doing the whole stencil. Just drawing the outside lines. And going from there. Shouldn't need to go any further than there. And this is our pocket here, so I actually don't want to go any further than there. So now I'm going to, doesn't have to be perfect. You could do sharp points. You could do rounded points. I mean, it depends which stencil you used. You could have drawn your flower. I think a half a flower like this, or quarter of a flower it actually ends up being, will work better than like having the flower come up from like half up to the top, maybe. If you want to tuck, you know, if you want to have it be as a tuck on the side. Ooh, and then something would peek through. That'd be interesting. Okay. Okay. We still have that part of our pocket right there. And we can do anything. Do a thumb notch. And I still want to have, I like being able to have the whole thing. All right. Well, that was already folded to make a pocket. I know I have more scraps than that. I mean, scraps that, here, this out. Okay. So I just need to go a little wider than this. And don't even have a ruler right this minute, so. Oh, they're all about that wide, aren't they? I might as well just go ahead and tear that down. And I'm going to need to come, I'm just going to put my thumb hole in it. I'll just have to redo my thumb hole. Maybe you want to do your thumb hole. Oh, you can't do your thumb hole after you do this. I mean, after you glue the first part on, before you glue the second part on. You know what I'm saying, right? What I'm trying to say. Now, if you have this like the same height, or pretty much, then yeah, go ahead and glue this part with the glue you had 5 seconds ago. Oh my goodness. I hope everybody is well. I've been, ew, there is ink. Yeah, ink has gotten everywhere. It looks like chocolate or something else. It's not. It's just ink. Come up a little bit. And really, down at the bottom is where you can be a little bit more higher up, because nothing's going to fall out of the bottom corners. See, so now, before I glue the backs on, I would go ahead and redo my circle punch here. And come on over here. I don't know if it was better when I did the trim the corners or not. I guess it depends on how wide you have it, maybe. I don't know. Or if my pocket were peeking, you know, if this was down lower, I would have needed to angle it. So now we have a pocket, which is like a gusset pocket, which goes all the way to the edges. And our little cutout at the top. So if we had it on a journal page, you could even glue it on the bottom and on the side here and have it be a tuck spot. And then this would, you know, something else. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I wanted to try this out. And I thought, you know, do it with you guys. That would be fun. So let's see. I'm going to put this one in my, you know, my idea journal that I had not long ago. And then I moved it, and then I moved it back because I was like, I'll never find it if I don't put it back where I just pulled it from. And what I need to do is, usually if I can't find something, it's because it went under my desk, and that is exactly what happened. Oh my goodness gracious. Here it is. All right. Actually, I'd probably put this like on the left side here. And that way, you know, it could be a tuck this way. And hopefully I wouldn't, bend that all up. So, I'm going to just put glue down this way and across the bottom. Because I could fit very big things on this page. So why limit myself? Sometimes I like to leave a little bit of a... I made this journal quite a long time ago for my idea journal, and you'd think I'd have more ideas in here. I actually took out some pages because I was like, by the time I get ideas in here, it's going to be too thick. So, and then these I'll save for some journals, although that's kind of another idea one, but I've got, here's one, there, you can use, no, this one was, oh, this was from the first week, yeah, that, so that could be another idea. This was Rachel week 1. So, I do have some purple pages in here. Should I keep all my purple pages together? Kinda, sorta? Maybe not. Spread them out. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pin that on there. So that one can be from my idea journal. Pin, that's a paper clip, that on there. So this was Rachel's week 1, and I just used decorative paper. I showed that in another video. And then that was also Rachel's week 1. No, that, and it was all, yes, that's the video. The scrap shoot is not the last scrap shoot, but the scrap shoot before that, I believe, where I showed making this wraparound pocket, which I just, you know, I did a bigger piece of paper and I did an angle at the top. And that way, you know, you could have something back there and still see it a little bit. You know, if your thing in this pocket isn't too huge. Oh, come on. So I could move that there, so you can still, and then have something smaller in the front. Yes, there's some old stuff in here. That I did a very long time ago. Do you guys want to do a quick flip through this and just see? Some of them are just decoration, just because I did that. That was just an idea of a doodle, I guess. A drawing that I did a long time ago. Oh, this was an idea. Top tuck and a bottom tuck. Just using a die cut. And what's this? This is quite fragile, whatever it is. It might be... Oh, it's an example of the pocket. But then it also has... Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to put... You can't really put that on a page if you're going to use these tucks. So it must be something you can put in a pocket that's like the wallet, but then has tucks on the outside. The wallet pocket that Rachel did. And that's just... I had some gel plate that I wanted to save. And then just did the same thing over here. Just, I guess I like that idea. Oh, alright, so Stephanie, this is the smaller version of that circle one I made. And I have that as a belly band. So this one's more symmetrical. So I have the big circle and then a couple small, you know, neck size down. And then 2 smaller circles on either side of that with a scallop in the middle of that. So that one was more symmetrical. That's the corner part. That's the one we just did. And there's, ooh, I should write down where I see these. A lot of the pocket ideas that are in this book are probably Pam at the Paper Outpost. But of course she got them from somebody else. So this is just 2 pieces of paper that I cut at the same time. And then just cut one shorter to make the two big pockets. And then this was definitely Pam at the Paper Outpost, the rip pockets. I think she did a double one. I had to go one extra and do a triple and do more rips. There's a rip pocket across here. And then I had these bunnies from somewhere, and I traced them, and I used pattern paper and thought they made really cute, I think they're from Target, made really cute journal cards. Backyard birds. Huh, that's from something. But anyway, yeah, like a rip pocket across the straight pocket is cute. Oh, this was Pam at the Paper Outpost when she first started her group. She did challenges, and I did like a couple. Didn't go very far with that. And this is an idea I like, where you kind of fussy cut or kiss cut a image for either a pocket or a side tuck or a corner tuck. Yep, I need ideas, people. Send me ideas. Tell me what you want me to see me make. Oh, there's that, you fold the pocket. You fold it to get, what is this? This is a page I did at some point. I'm not sure how it got in here. I don't think it's supposed to be in here. Could have gone in my coffee page, but it didn't. So, you know, there's this tuck here, this pocket here, this pocket here, 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 and then, you know, I always make things a thing. And then this, I had the middle, and I just folded down the paper and cut it in half to make 2 pockets. And this is just guest check. Dyed guest check with a little bit of lace on top. This, oh, this, I haven't made this in a long time. Who'd this come from originally? I forget, but it is a full cover of the page pocket using the envelope. So there's an envelope here and an envelope here, and then another pocket here. That is a fun, and then a little tuck spot here too I did. And there's probably even, yep, there is. There's a side tuck here. This is really thick, just saying. Almost feels like it's on cardboard, which maybe I did. I don't know. So that is quite the, and then here's a little notepad here. So that's another idea with a little tuck in the front. And let's see, this, oh, this is a tag. I think I used the thing from a tissue box for that. And then this one's just, oh, stuck in there. It's in there forever now. Oh, there it is. So that one just coordinates. And I did the stamp and did some coloring with the stamp. And then, see, I've just got white paper in there with stamps to have just some coordinating pattern paper that is just similar color without being an overwhelming. Oh, and I used the joint tape for a topper. See, lots of ideas. Let's see. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything in this pocket, but there is a pocket there. Yeah, it's empty, but there's a pocket. I should make that one. And then this is a fold over pocket. So it's just a piece of paper that's folded over to make the pocket. And then at the top, I made a tab. So that way, I've got the tab at the top and it's a pocket. And these are just, this is just originals of some painty paper and some doodles that I did. I think I was doodling that while my brother was having surgery in February last year. Was it last year? And then there's this one. That's when I made, I don't know, that's when I made these, but anyway. So this one is 2 pieces of book page folded up to make the 4 pockets. See, I don't know how, and then I made a side tuck over here. So that's what that is. And then I like doing the stenciling up there for that. And this is same, oh, this is a book page, and then I cut a slit here and here to make pockets and glued it. Just didn't go all the way to the edge, then glued it onto another page so that I could do that. And that's just napkin on there. A little fabric at the top. Which one was where? Why isn't that going down as far now? I don't know. We don't want to totally cover Bambi and what's his name. So that was another thing. That's one, Rachel's week 1, 2023. And this is just, oh, this paper bag with the pocket on the front. And this is just a book page that's folded over and made to a corner tuck. And this is just stuck on there as a pocket. And, oh, there's another one that's folded book page. This one, oh, see, I I already have one in here as a sample for the fold over that Roxy did. So I really don't need to put that other one in here. I can use this one somewhere else. So yeah, that's it. That's all that I have in here. I need more ideas. I'm just going to have to work on filling this book. So I added one more idea today. And, you know, there's other ways you can probably do it too, you know. So what did we do today? We just took the paper and cut from the paper, and then also did where we used the stencil, or you could just draw, but I wanted to make sure, or stamp. Maybe there's a big stamp you could draw there and then just cut the outline of the stamp. So yeah, I hope that spurs some more ideas for you, and I hope you have a delightful day. Love you.